Hi everybody, it's Diane from Tattered Edges Design with another Buster creation. This is prompt number 15, Love. And as I keep saying, there are a lot of directions you could go with Buster. The majority of his movies were about getting the girl. But this one starts off with them getting married, so he got the girl in this one. That's Sybil Seeley with Buster. And the movie is 1 Week, which came out in 1920. And that was his first released, not first film, but first released movie with his own studio. It's a short film. And actually, if you're unfamiliar with Buster or silent film or, the roots of cinema at all, that's a good movie to start with. It's good. It's short, it's funny, it's good. Anyway, so the premise is they just got married, and this is the house they're building, and so Sybil's making little hearts on the side of the house. It's cute. So anyway, this is my Smash book. It's getting very full, and if you have this Smash book, you probably recognize these pages. They're dice and dominoes, which is pretty cool, but it's all black and white dots, and I don't know how you're supposed to work on it. So I just sewed it all down, and yes, it's curling, but when the book's closed and on a shelf for a while, it'll be fine. So this is glued down, and I took apart part of a calendar. I've got another segment here too that I didn't glue down yet, because there is a calendar in the film, and it's called, as I said, it's called 1 Week, so it goes through every day of this week, and there is a Friday the 13th in it. Not to, I hope I didn't spoil anything there, but so I had to find that. So anyway, I glued them down, and I just felt like getting really painty and sloppy, and I have no idea if that's going to look good with this, if it's going to be dumb. I don't know, but that's just the mood I'm in, and so that's where I'm going. So I got a bunch of craft paint here. I got a biggerish old acrylic brush, and we are just gonna slop. Oh, this is about dried out. Shoot, I like this color. It's on the brush handle. It's not on the bristles. And I really have, well, I shouldn't say no rhyme or reason. I did pick some specific colors. Let me take a minute and get this paint off the handle, or I'll get it all over me. But other than that, I don't know. And like I said, I just felt like painty and sloppy, and I don't know. And my washer's going, and it's really windy outside, so I don't know what kind of noises you'll be hearing. We don't know about that either. Where did here? Bright magenta. And as I keep saying, these are just cheap craft paints. They're even kind of old at this point. There, how's that? Are we done? That's kind of the mood I'm in. They call this Laguna. Ooh. I once had an art teacher who said, it was her opinion, you shouldn't give colors names like Laguna, because that's so subjective. I mean, what is that? You should say, like, green, blue, which she's probably right. But from a marketing point of view, Laguna is probably better, right? And yeah, I mentioned in another Smash book video that this book was about full, and it's pretty darn close. I really only saw one more page I think I want to use, not counting this one. There were a couple that weren't used, but I kind of like the images, so I thought maybe I would just leave them. So yeah, when you're done with your Smash book, what do? They don't make them anymore. I don't know if you can still pick them up. Yeah, you know, does Amazon or something, do they still sell them? I have no idea. Yes, we're getting a little muddy. You people, I shouldn't say you people, but people that are opposed to mud. Yeah, look away. Well, that's pretty cool, but does it go with the image? Do we even care? Because we're just in a mood. Do we want to join it together or knock it back with gesso? Or let me hold it up to me. Now, I used to have a tilted drawing table, and for circumstances I won't go into, I don't have it anymore. They are nice. But then again, you guys couldn't see it too well if I was working tilted. Well, it's definitely sloppy. And it's definitely wet. So if it's wet, do I want to integrate more, so to speak, or let it dry? And if anyone watched my Buster neon train video, you know I like pink. I'm sure with that video I made a lot of converts out there. Everyone's going, oh wow, she's right. Hot neon pink, where have you been all my life? Yeah, actually, what do they call this? Craft Essentials. Oh, neon pink. See, they're right. It's not Laguna pink or something. Well, alright, I think we've made a big mess of this. Which I said, this is the mood I was in. So I succeeded. But I think I'm going to let it dry. And then, because I can't really do much with it right now. And we will come back. Okay, crew? Alright, we'll be back. Well, it's still a little wet. Which I'm surprised. It's very dry here today. But I think it's dry enough that I can continue babbling about this to you. Okay, so yeah, it's really busy and really chaotic, and everyone's probably going, ugh, I forget this. But no, I mean, so this is just kind of a base. So, since this is supposed to be about love, I cut hearts, a couple hearts, and then saved the cutout, the negative, whatever you call it. What if we did one or the other or both, and like white or light pink or something? And that would get rid of some of the chaos here. What do you think of that? Actually, maybe I'll make this one a little smaller. And yes, I folded them in half to get the heart shape. You can do it without folding it in half. Good for you. And I got this cheapy little spongy pouncer thing. Well, let's just try it. Okay, those are white. Is white too scary? Do we need it like a light pink? Or what? Yeah, you need white. Maybe we need white, huh? I.e. gesso. And no, I did not wet this thing. I did the last time I used it, as I'm doing this, I said, I suppose you're supposed to wet this thing. But I didn't. And I still didn't. Alright. Don't roll away. And yeah, this is just paper. You know, like printer paper. And I don't think I want it super solid anyway. Well, it's something. I'm thinking. You're not doing anything, Diane. You're just standing there. No, I was thinking. Not that you guys could tell that, but that's what I was doing. Because this one, being the opposite, we're going to have to kind of work our way out, so to speak. And yet there's a very pebbly stipply texture to this that I don't know if we like, but that's what we got. You can't see. Yeah, Diane, would you do stuff actually on camera? Is that asking too much? Okay. Oh, that's kind of cool. Do we like that better than that? Because I was almost thinking of putting that down here, but maybe we like that better. Alright, you're wet. Go over there. That's kind of neat. I could even cut some really small ones, couldn't I? More like, if I, well, that's in the picture. If I decided we need a lot more of this knocked down. Can you guys see? Yeah, kind of. Alright, so we're going to change the station or channel name to Is My Hair in the Picture, or Can You Guys See, or I Don't Know What I'm Doing. One of those, huh? Or I have to let the paint dry. It's kind of fun. Well, we definitely need something up there or even here. Well, let's just put that one there. And for anyone that actually has a stencil or a mask or something, you're one step ahead of me. Okay. Yeah, we're getting gesso-y up here. Here. Okay. All right, well, if we bring out locusts, I haven't heard them for a while. We bring in the calendar things. What does that do? And then I have 1 week cut out here in letters. I guess we need to put that down here more. Cut out in letters? Does that mean? Cut out for magazine letters. I don't know. Just agree with her. And maybe I should go wash my hands so you don't see these gesso-y fingers going on. And do we want a year and borders and I don't know, and littler hearts and maybe a couple littler hearts. Let's see. Here, hang on. Let's see what she can do with that. I imagine they make really cute heart stencils, right? That's okay. Oh, this is the opposite. Well, do we want that? Maybe, where did the little heart go? Maybe I'll save that for a color. I don't know. Yeah, smaller is a lot harder to hold on to. Oh, it's kind of cute. And you get more gesso-y that way too. Almost looks like snow. This would be a good technique for some sort of Christmas project. Too bad that's not what I'm doing. Oh, looks a little wonky. Let's try to get this side here. Alright, maybe the other part in a color. Alright, in which case I gotta wash everything. Okay, hang on. Okay, we're washed. Well, normally I guess you would go with pink, right? But why would I be doing something normally, right? Okay. Oh, that's kind of cute, yeah. This is going to end up looking like a Valentine page, isn't it? You're not bad for a handmade paper stencil thing. Alright, we'll be back to getting way too messy. One up here. Alright, I think that's enough of the pouncy heart things. Could paint on me? No. And I think, so we have some wonkiness there that you guys know, I'm going to say that bugs me. I'm going to touch that up. If I can get paint on the brush, I'm going to touch it up. All right. Well, do we want to glue down these calendar things? And yes, the reason I have them over there is because they're too long for across. All right, let's glue. Why not? Yeah, I was just going to get a calendar snippet, and then all of a sudden it dawned on me, well, I guess I should have it in sync with their week as far as the dates, so, because everybody's going to know that if it's not right. Right? And somewhere on YouTube there is or there used to be, I haven't watched it recently, copy of 1 week as it was shown somewhere. It might have been in England even, with audience, the audience in the background laughing or whatever. That's actually pretty cool to get the reaction like that. At least I think so. Alright, and this does line up with this. So do we want it exactly lined up, or I think a space? All right, there's that. Now she is going to say, do we want the area painted over that the hearts are in? Yes, I think so. So I need a smaller brush. Let's see. Oh, I guess Mr. Tried and True here. Oh, this got fuzz on it. That's real helpful. A fuzzy brush with fuzz on it yet. That's better. Yeah, sorry, these pants are so dirty. Sorry. I'm just trying to make it look a little more like what's underneath. That one's pretty good. This one's okay too, although I think, I don't know, maybe I'll hit it with a little yellow just because I can. I guess we have to glue 1 week down too. Well, alright, what are you guys thinking? Are you still thinking, or is it like, oh, that is kind of cool? Or thanks for showing me what not to do in my art journal, Diane. Okay. Alright, I'm liking that. Why waste paint when it's on your brush? And why did you put yellow in there? Because it was on the brush. Okay, let's glue down 1 week. Yeah, I guess when you're really sloppy with your paint and stuff, it goes a lot faster, doesn't it? That's a plus. Stuck with the paint. And there's a weird bird outside. I don't know what that is chirping. Come here. Yeah, I did skip over several prompts. I had sport. Yeah, I wrote them. I cheated. I wrote them down. Sport and boat were in there, which I did a nice one with Buster in a baseball uniform a couple years ago, and then actually in here I've got a 2-page spread of his movie The Boat, so you can't get much more, you know, appropriate than that. So I just kind of felt like I didn't want to do those over again. I wrote them down thinking maybe I would, but I didn't. Yeah, Diane, I don't know if other artists do this. When I'm done with, you know, just say this, if for some reason something happened to it, it's like, I'm not doing it again. I already did it. I don't like to repeat art, you know, or if you do a, you know, I did a watercolor of a certain pose of Buster, then I'm done with it. I'm not going to do another watercolor trying to match it. No, I don't do that. All right, let me hold it up. Knock over my glue stick. It's fun. I think we definitely need black around somewhere though. And are we still wet? A little bit. Okay, you know what? I'm going to have to pause if I want my ruler around. So let me clean this stuff up and I will let this dry a little better. Okay, it's drier. I don't know if it's completely dry, but it's pretty close. All right, I'm thinking I'm going to start with a black border close to the edge and take it from there. And yeah, I don't know, I do that a lot. Is that good? I don't know. To me it is. It pulls stuff together usually and that sort of thing, but I don't really see a lot of people doing this. So I don't know. Maybe I need to come up with something different. I'm too redundant. I don't know. Is that the Department of Redundancy Department? The Department of a Border once again? I'm running out of room. It's my big dream to someday have my own art studio room, you know, just a room in my house. And I'm going to have a big table in the middle that's completely blank. And if anybody puts anything on it, they're in big trouble. There. That's her big thing for today. All right. Well, let's wipe off the ruler and see what we think. Yeah, it's definitely better, but I don't think it's adequate or needs more, or let's see. Let me hold it up so you guys can have an opinion. And then shout it really loud because I'm not sure. You know, it could be done. It could. Maybe little pink like dots or something around. And then do we want them outside the line or inside the line? That's a very good question. Maybe in, just because there's very little room over here. And what am I going to use? I'm not going to draw little dots by hand. I need like the end of a paintbrush or something. I rarely do that, so I don't know what's going to work. I guess I'll use this. The neon paint is sort of, it separates and it gets sort of, so it doesn't cover real well. Well, not great. What else you got? It's flatter. Maybe this will work. No. Diane, why are you putting the opposite ends of your paintbrushes in water? What are you doing? That's the same. That's dirty. It might be too big, but let's try. It's a candidate. That one's probably too pointy. I don't know, what do you guys use? Oh, a pencil eraser. But I don't have a pencil handy that I want to ruin the eraser. I don't know about this one. It might be too pointy too. Oh, that's not really too bad. I think though, I gotta mix this up. Well, alright, we've already ruined some of these handles. I'll use one of these. Yeah, do not treat your art supplies as Diane does. Yeah, I think this paint's a little gloppy. What do you think? Ew! I almost fell in the picture. Eek! Alright, let's see how much of a mess we can make out of this. Well, we already did. We started out messy. That's not too bad. Alright, let's try it. And there's 101 people saying, you know, just use blah, blah, blah. That's not bad. Of course, I don't know if you guys want to watch this process. It's going to take a while. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right, I'll pause and do that. You don't want to sit here and watch. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, it's been dotted. It's okay. It's a little busy to me. I don't know if I'm going to live with it or do something, but at the moment it's okay. But I was thinking these smaller hearts, at least, maybe I will outline those. Why? Yeah, I don't have to, but I just think the background is mushy. There's nothing in the background that's very defined, and let's see. Do I want to outline or dot it? Yeah, I should have thought about that before I turned the camera on, right? Oops, sorry. And the dots are wet too. Let's make this be really adventuresome. Well, maybe just outline. And I'm bracing up my wrist so I don't drag it through magenta dots. Yeah, I think that's just, I don't know, it's just something about, I don't even know. I can't describe that. Like I said, the background was just so undefined. I wasn't liking it because there's a lot of it. Maybe that's the reason there. This one is that dry. Yeah, I'm gonna wait with that one. I don't want to drag my marker through a wet dot. Well, what about this one? Yeah, that's better. To me, that's better. All right, now what do we think? I don't know. It's fun. It's cute. Is it done? Do we need maybe it's like a messy? The whole thing is messy. A messiness around 1 week because it, to me, it doesn't really stand out. Not that it has to, but it doesn't. Yeah, there's a lot of collage-y mixed media stuff lately where, you know, last several years where they do that with a word. Kind of outline it messy with black. It's kind of fun. Definitely makes it stand out. Yeah, I like that better. Okay. Still not loving the dots. What do they need? Do they need, they're too dark, I think. What about a very narrow, that doesn't go in there, yellow line between them to brighten it up? I'm gonna have to get new craft paint pretty soon. All these are way down at the bottom. All right. It's okay. It's getting a little lost too. I might have to go over it. What do you guys think? I think it's better. All right, I'll pause. You don't have to watch that either. I'll pause and be back. Okay, let's see, I lost my cover paper here for this side. It's better. It's better. I still don't love it though. It's better. And while I'm thinking of that, I was thinking of this white heart it's okay, but maybe I'll go over it with a wide marker to kind of, I don't know, it's just, it's floating up there, it's undefined, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, definitely better. All right, what about the border? I don't love it. And I was thinking of, if I tighten it up, so to speak, with a marker, would that do it? But if I just go around each little circle, it's going to look kind of busy. So, should I just go through it? There goes a motorcycle. I don't know. Well, I don't know. How can you kind of tell what it's going to look like? So I just think if I go around every circle, it's going to look too busy. I mean, it's a border. It's not my focal point or anything. But if I go through it, is that going to be kind of eh? Or should I come inside of it? No, because that doesn't really get rid of the looseness of it. I gotta think. I gotta think. Give me a few minutes. Okay, I really only thought for about 20 seconds. And what I did, my thought process, I just did it in the corners. Because I thought if I don't like it, big deal. No, you know, it's in the corners, who cares? I like it. So I started this corner. I think that's better. So, do you want to watch me make little circles? You know, we could chit chat about I don't know what. Or I could pause once again. I don't know. How about this? With these circles, for some reason, it looks more what is becoming the style to me of art journaling. It looks more like an art journal mixed media page. So I guess in one way that's a good thing. Can you tell between the ones, the sides that are not done and that side? I think that's a lot better. All right, I'll pause and do the other three sides. Okay, all the circles have been outlined and I like that better. And I think I'm just going to leave well enough alone then with the border. You could probably, you know, make little bars, if you will, in between. But I just don't think I want to do that on this. I think it would be too busy. Alright, I also had a thought as I was doing that. Sybil's hearts here, well, one, it's two, but it's got, you know, an arrow through it. What if we did that and it was pointing at the week? And I can't really undo it. You and I should do. She should be smart. Where'd my tissue paper go? Just do one on something separate and see if I like it. Don't tell me I'm going to do something smart. Oh, Diane, you're disappointing all your fans. Alright, let's try it first. Oh, good. Yeah. So much for being smart. Yeah, actually, I think I like that. I think it needs to be longer, you know, to go through the heart. But yeah, I think that's something. The only thing I have to say is there's not a lot going on down here then, so we might have to address that. All right, hold your breath or cross your fingers or something. I guess I don't want to go too close to the border there. That would look kind of dumb. I mean, the hard edge. And thankfully, Sybil did not draw a perfect arrow, so I don't have to be so perfect. Or paint, I should say. She was painting. Alright, yeah, I think I like that. But now, does that make the bottom, you know, there's no black action, you know, no dark color going on down there. Yeah. Well, I could draw another arrow. I could just outline, maybe I'll just outline this heart. Or should it be this one? Normally I would say this one, but it's so far down. I think it's going to drop it too far down. Let me outline this one. I picked up fuzz. Alright, yeah, that's better. That's better, and I think we're done. You know, just as a thought process, you know, I had thought about outlining more of the photo, but I don't think I want to do that. Like I said, you know, you could, if you're going to make one just like this, you could run a line in between. Yeah, I'm leaning towards that. Let me see. Well, I'll do each of the corners. And if I don't like it, it'll just look like a corner design then. Yeah, it's better. Isn't it better? Alright, how long will this take? I don't know. Let me at least do this edge so you can see. And yeah, if you do something like this, make sure your paint is dry or you'll ruin your marker. Better. I guess there's nothing else. It just looks more tidy. How's that for art word? This looks like this glue was coming up. Is this glue coming up? Yeah, a little bit. Bounced my book into the mouse and the computer kicked in. I suppose if you had done these yellow lines really perfectly and kind of brighter, maybe you wouldn't need to do this. That's highly possible. All right. Well, let's all look at this, give an opinion to ourselves, and let me hit that little strip there with some glue. Not that it's going to come up, but it just kind of bugs me because it's a little buckled. All right, stick. Okay, folks. You can see up close. Let Diane look. It's a lot to look at. It's a lot to take in. I think I'm happy with it. I think I'm done. I think I'm going to put the date on, which what's today? I guess I'll write it down here. And I think I succeeded in being messy painty, and here you can see what the other side looked like, or you know what it looked like. It was just like this. There you go, from that to this. Alright guys, maybe I will leave you with the scene out of this movie because it's kind of cute. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. Again, this was for Bustober, number 15 prompt, love. Have a great day out there.